How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? In today's video, I'm going to be giving y'all my predictions on the future of the Division 2. And when I say the future, I mean beyond the end game. You know, little features and details and ideas that people haven't been mentioning yet that is within the realm and potential of what the Division has to offer due to some of the upgrades that's been made by the developers from 1 coming into 2, as well as just pure hope. I'm going to say the hope for last, and I'm going to start off with the stuff that I think is the most likely to truly end up in this game um, within this next 6 months, and for sure by the time we hit 1 year. So let's go ahead and hop right on into it. Alright, so the first thing I want to talk about is the upgrades made to the Snowdrop Engine. Alright, so in the Division 2, we're going to have the Snowdrop Engine 2, which the developers had found necessary to rebuild. And a lot of this turned into the first video that I originally talked about, where I provided, my vision for what I expected Division 2 to be. I'll put that link up there in the top. You want to see that video to have a better understanding of where this all going, you can click that, check it out, and then come back and finish this video up. Alright, so anyway, with that plan, that original plan that I talked about was impossible due to the Snowdrop Engine 1 not being able to be updated on the live server to that degree. Where now the Snowdrop Engine 2 is literally made. Everybody been ignoring this fact, but they've said multiple times that the engine has been changed to allow for such massive live updates. And everybody just putting this off to the side like it's just gonna be the Division. You're gonna play to the end, collect your gear, finish the story, boom, that's end game. No, the end game is just the beginning of the Division. It's a reason that on the map we are being invaded. We're being invaded because they are coming from somewhere else. You get the point? Alright, to be invaded, you need somebody to come from the outside in. So, they shrunk the map design of the Division 2. Now the reason that they shrunk the map design is so that it's easier to redesign extra maps, just like we talked about originally. So we finally finna get what we want. I don't know if they're gonna stick to just expanding Washington, or if we'll be leaving Washington and going somewhere else, but without a doubt, the Division will not end with this section of map of Washington DC that we have currently. So my first prediction is leaving Washington DC in the Division 2. At the very end of the end game, I expect that we'll defeat the invading enemy, and then we'll have to go to their base of operations in order to defeat said enemy. That is my first prediction, and honestly one of the ones that has me the most excited. So we're gonna hop on to the second prediction. Let's get to it. Alright, so now on to the next prediction. Alright, now as far as we already discussed about the Snowdrop Engine 1 to the Snowdrop Engine 2, we might as well carry on with some new features that the Snowdrop Engine 2 should allow. Which, one of them I want to point out as another prediction. I expect that instead of it being Christmas time all year round, by the maps being smaller, this allows the developers, environmental developers, and all of them to work together to redesign particular maps while we already playing on the live map we have currently. And being significantly smaller, I'm talking major changes, like going from the Christmas aesthetic to a Halloween aesthetic, or a Thanksgiving aesthetic, or a 4th of July aesthetic, so expect the environment within the Division 2 to change drastically based on that new engine. Alright, so the division you seeing right now is just what it is right now. In 6 months to 1 year, it can be entirely different. And to add on to that, I might as well move on to my next prediction, which is for truly dynamic weather, full seasonal weather, where the Division 1, which everybody remembers, the snow has become a part of all of our Division experience. And a lot of people think that they're gonna just let that die. The developers, even in a Twitch stream, where I kept drilling them about this, the snow coming to the Division 2. Alright, I kept drilling about it, and they ignored it. I got some smirks, I got a little bit of reactions, but nobody never said no. Nobody never said yeah, they won't answer me. But I can tell you, with the way that this engine is supposedly designed, snow is simple, a simple thing to be redone. Where the current Washington DC map being in the summertime, this will give them time while we playing that to the end game. This will give them time to rebuild, add snow, cut down some of the foliage, so that this way I'm expecting around December, because I feel like December will be the most epic month during Christmas time. For all of a sudden, when you play in the division, you see the leaves and stuff start falling off the trees. You see the grass start to die. You see the rain start to turn to hail. And the next thing you know, it's snowing. This will be the ultimate weather change ever to grace video games, alright? And I don't think they can pass up such a temptation to do something so truly spectacular. So that's kind of a double prediction, and that's for the seasonal changes, you know, meaning whatever holiday, maybe Valentine's Day, who knows how far they can take that if they really put in the work. But I do expect some changes to happen within the environment as far as aesthetic. Now, and then moving on, again, the weather, where right now we have rain and sunshine, and later I'm expecting fall and snow. Particularly snow. Even if they skipped a little transition to the snow, I know that snow will eventually come. It ain't called the Snowdrop Engine for nothing. Alright, so yeah, that's another prediction for you. And now we're gonna move on to the next one. Alright, so my next prediction is involving gear. Alright, when it comes to the classified gear, the exotics, and their gear scores, currently we can go up to 350, but I'm expecting that approaching that end game I was talking about in relation to the going somewhere else, doing something else, maybe having a new area in its entirety, the gear score will increase to 500. That's my next prediction, that the gear score is going to hop to 500 because it's just going to be that much more to do. Alright, and I would also expect that, as I pointed out in one of my other videos, with the classifieds being in one set of classifieds being obtainable in Washington, where another set of classifieds would be obtainable in whatever else they add. All right, so one might be Washington, for example, and another one might be who knows, whatever they want. Whatever they want. I can't even think of what place, because there's so many places that you could use for this. But now the game is designed indeed in a way that this is very, very much likely. All right, I'm saying predictions, but I feel like they facts, you know. But I gotta call them predictions because this ain't been confirmed by them, you know. So yeah, I just wanted to shoot that out there. All right, and then I got a couple more that's more on the technical side, and we're gonna hop into those. And yeah, that should wrap this up, man. Alright, so coming into some of my last predictions. I mean, I got a ton more, man, but I'm trying to keep these videos short because my videos can get pretty long when I get to explaining stuff. So to keep this simple and quick, my last few technicals that I picked to talk about today. Number one, the IQ program. Alright, and the IQ program is something that I found inside of the Division 2 day one. I mean, the minute I lay hands on it, I saw that IQ thing and it got me pretty excited. A lot of people don't know what IQ is, so I break it down a little bit. IQ is the program that Corsair's hardware uses, like the Corsair keyboard with the lights, the K95s, the K75s, you know, those keyboards with the RGB effects, the mouse pads, the fans, anything that's Corsair RGB, that's connected to IQ. Okay, so if anything that's in there, the lighting effects will work with the game. Now, this prediction I can make after speaking with the developers, because one of the recommendations that I provided during the Twitch chat was that they allow the community to submit themes for the Division 2 game. So I'm expecting, my next prediction is that at some point they have acknowledged it and said that it was a really good idea. So maybe they'll have some kind of competition or some kind of something coming up pretty soon, I would think. So heads up, if you a Corsair fanatic, if you like the RGB effects, I play with them all the time. I had a few featured by Corsair. I had some of the top themes designed on their sites, and I will be going for that dub. All right, I want to win that. I want my theme in that game. So if you're one of them people, I love me some competition. So you might want to start working on that right now, because I'm already in the process. So yeah, I think that's gonna be really, really cool. I'm pretty pumped for the IQ functionality. The Corsair RGB effect, take note, other game developers. This is something that We want to see. You know, we buy all this stuff with all these pretty lights and everything, and they ain't never really doing anything. So it's really cool to see somebody actually gonna do something with functionality and maybe even involving the community, and I think that's great. All right, so that's one of my first technical predictions, and I'm gonna move on to, I guess I'll do one more, and then if y'all like this video, let me know in the comments, hit that like button, subscribe, and then I give y'all some more predictions, because there's more stuff that I'm trying to hold back for right now. All right, so let me go ahead and move on to my last technical aspect, and then we'll wrap this up. All right, so for my last and final prediction for today's video, this is gonna relate to the PvP. All right, to the 3 dark zones. Now, of course, moving from the location that I told you to said next location would of course include more dark zones. So I know right now, most of y'all PvP players kind of butthurt because they took away y'all ability to copy builds and go in the dark zone and just trash people who try to play the game on their own behalf. And so now y'all kind of worried because you're like, well, ain't nobody gonna come in the unoccupied dark zone because they know we gonna all be waiting in there with our glitches and copy builds to slaughter them, you know, with our Marco builds to slaughter them. And now that's got them feeling a little down, like they only dark zone gonna be a drag. Well, I got some good news for y'all. It's gonna be more than one unoccupied dark zone. All right, this is just the first of 3. All right, so we got 1 unoccupied dark zone, 2 regular dark zones. We will get another dark zone. I'm expecting, let's just say, 6 in total. All right, and all of these is for the first years, what I'm anticipating. At the very most, the beginning of next year. All right, so for the PvP players, man, have some heart. If you like it in the dark zone, even the players who PvE/PvP, y'all gonna have more fun in the dark zones now, and hopefully the dark zones later. So expect yet another PvP dark zone. With the ability to be able to update the map, they will also have the technical ability to upgrade the PvPs. All right, so that's one of my final predictions. Well, I got one more prediction. I anticipate that now that I've done a prediction video, a bunch of these YouTube jock boys that been jocking the hell out of all of my content, y'all need to start checking the dates on y'all videos, man. Y'all letting these dudes get away with straight up murder. Alright, straight up murder. So many of my videos done been copied, so many of my ideas, and you gotta watch these other dudes come up off your ideas. It's kind of mind-boggling, man. Start checking the dates on your videos so you know who did it first, who said it first, and where they got their inspiration for their videos from. Alright, I ain't gonna drop no names or nothing. I'm just gonna say that I think that's important. So my final prediction is that this video idea will be jocked, and one of you jock boys watching it right now, and I know you are. Alright, I know you are. But this time around, I'm taking over the Division 2. Get ready, man. Alright, and that's all I gotta say for today's video. I hope y'all enjoyed that, man, and I will catch you boys on the next one.